Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's going to absolutely transform classroom chaos into, well, systematic, organized success. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by scattered papers, missing supplies, or those assignments that just seem to vanish into thin air, you are exactly where you need to be. We're unpacking the architecture of academic order, exploring a brilliant, systematic approach that fundamentally rethinks how young learners hit peak performance. Okay, let's jump right in, because what we're looking at today proves that academic achievement doesn't necessarily start with some intense, rigid study schedule. Actually, scratch that. It begins with the physical space right in front of you.
I mean, think about it for a second. How much time is actually lost to a missing pencil? It sounds like a tiny, almost trivial thing, right? But this perfectly captures what the source material calls the lost pencil problem. Just picture the reality of a messy desk. A student literally cannot finish their work if they're spending all their precious time just digging around for a pencil. It's a totally universal frustration. Before a young learner can even begin to tackle an assignment, their focus is just completely derailed by the chaos of their environment. That missing pencil? It's an immediate roadblock. It proves that without a dedicated place for everything, the whole learning process stalls before it even gets off the ground.
Now this brings us to a massive paradigm shift in how we approach student success. Time management versus establishing physical order. We're so often conditioned to think that scheduling is the ultimate silver bullet, right? We want to map out every single hour of a child's day. But the source material pushes back on this hard. So the crucial point is that organization must happen before time management can even begin to work. Trying to implement a strict time management schedule absolutely fails when the physical space is in complete chaos. You just can't effectively schedule a productive study session if the environment itself is actively working against the student. Establishing physical order has to take priority. It's the foundation of the whole shebang.
I want to speak directly to you about this for a second. Master your environment before tackling complex time management. Just mentally picture the stark contrast between a messy desk and a perfectly tidy one. Why does this contrast matter so much? Because a tidy workspace isn't just about making things look nice or, keeping the adults happy. It is the absolute fundamental prerequisite for effective study. When physical order is actually achieved, it prevents valuable time and cognitive energy from being wasted on hunting down missing supplies. By mastering the physical environment first, young learners build a rock-solid foundation that makes actual academic focus possible. You simply have to build the structure before you can manage the time inside it.
The dual folder method. Okay, so now that we understand the core philosophy behind prioritizing the physical space, how do we actually execute it? We're moving away from abstract ideas of just being neat and jumping into a concrete daily system. This method is specifically designed to cut right through that giant mountain of paperwork students accumulate, giving every single sheet of paper a very specific, undeniable home. It is the highly tangible, practical blueprint for young learners to take true control of their workspace.
Step 1, the Keep Here folder for ongoing classroom tasks. Step 2, the Take Home folder for assignments requiring completion at home. Let's break down exactly how this actionable solution plays out. This system utilizes two visually distinct, colorful folders. Establishing the Keep Here folder is strictly designated for ongoing classroom tasks, stuff that stays right there at the desk. The Take Home folder is exclusively for homework or assignments that actually need to travel home. Now, what's really brilliant here is the sheer simplicity of it. By using these two colorful folders, kids can clearly and immediately distinguish between different types of tasks. Desk clutter, eliminated instantly. Every piece of paper immediately gets sorted into one of these two categories, so there is zero confusion.
A mythical being and monitor of desk cleanliness who leaves treats for tidy workspaces. So once this fantastic system is in place, we face the next big hurdle. How on earth do we get young learners to consistently maintain it? Well, enter a very special and highly effective guest. Let's introduce Deskalina. Yes, we're talking about the Desk Fairy. Now, while this might sound incredibly playful, it is actually a pedagogically serious and brilliant concept. This reward-based gamification provides tremendous motivation for young learners. It completely transforms the often tedious chore of cleaning up into a magical, rewarding experience. They aren't just organizing, they're actively preparing their space to be rewarded by Deskalina. It encourages excellent habits through positive reinforcement, and honestly, it works like a charm.
The backpack maintenance routine. Keeping the desk tidy at school is really only half the battle. The other half involves that trusty vehicle transporting everything back and forth. Because true academic organization is an ongoing habit, not just a one-time event, we need this routine. You can't just organize a workspace once on the first day of school and expect it to magically stay that way all year. The backpack is basically the mobile extension of the student's desk, and it requires its own systematic upkeep to ensure that the order established in the classroom successfully travels home and, more importantly, survives the return trip.
Step 1. Conduct the weekly backpack check. Step 2. Ensure folders are signed. Step 3. Verify supplies are restocked and ready. Here's the exact step-by-step weekly procedure to make that ongoing habit a reality. First, you conduct that weekly check. This needs to be a deliberate, scheduled activity. Second, ensure those vital keep here and take home folders are signed, which successfully closes the communication loop between school and home. And third, verify that supplies are restocked and ready for the week ahead. And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of a consistent maintenance routine. By running through this brisk weekly checklist, it ensures that learners remain continually prepared and deeply consistent in their organizational efforts. It is the ultimate safeguard against that lost pencil problem ever cropping up again.
Is your workspace ready for the desk fairy? We've covered an amazing amount of ground in this explainer today, from understanding exactly why physical order trumps time management to implementing the dual folder method, and finally establishing that vital weekly backpack routine. So I'll leave you with this. Is your workspace ready for the desk fairy? Whether you're an educator setting up your classroom, a parent guiding a young learner at home, or even a student looking to improve your own habits, remember that true academic success is built on this practical foundation of physical order. Stop losing time to missing pencils, master your environment, and set yourself up for systematic success. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and go establish your own architecture of academic order.